almost a parallel into the co-main with Zepeda and Hank, because Zepeda was supposed to, he's coming off the fight of the year in 2020. And I mean, to describe his performance as lackluster, I think would be kind. I thought the scorecards were wide. I thought Hank probably lost a close fight, but I thought the scorecards were wide. But yeah, Zepeda, and they were mentioning it a little bit on the broadcast, Tim, Joe, and Dre, but they were like, it just looked like, I don't know if that fight last year with those knockdowns took something out of him, but he just looked off. Obviously, shout out to Hank. He obviously plays a part in that. It takes two to tango, but he just didn't look good.
And he also got to fight like on 1 week's notice or something like that.
Yeah, a few weeks.
So I mean, it's just funny, man. I think the longer we do this, people are going to understand that this boxing game is just more mental than anything. And there, again, is another fine example of a guy who is at the top of his game and having a so-so performance, but also having big performances in the past. And then you get a call that, guys pulled out, and then now we got Hank Lundy. All you do is type in Hank Lundy. You see 6 or 7 losses, and you're like, oh, okay. Yeah, he's a replacement, but you don't know this dude is from Philly. You don't know that this dude, that even though he may not be able to pull out the fight, he's going to make this a very hard night for you, possibly even an ugly night for you. And he's going to be the one smiling at the end of the night, because not only did he survive, but he really, made you question who you are in the boxing ring.
Yeah. What did you think about the score, Zaitel? You think it was on the money or a little off maybe?
I got to be honest. The fight was, I thought Zepeda definitely won off his jab alone. That was the only thing that was working for him was that jab.
And was popping Hank's head back a little bit, which is always obviously judging factors.
Right. But since he was, sluggish on the draw, Hank made him a little hesitant to open up, because Hank had some good counterpunching and still has some good hand speed. And Hank, he fought. He had a good defensive fight. He still showed the court. He showed some moves. Yeah. That right, Shawn. Certain ways making a miss. He put his hands at his side for a minute, make you miss. And
I told Carson through text, I said the reflexes are still there. He's still defensively very responsible and can get out of the way of shots, but his offense is just lacking to the point where, I think he's pretty sure that, he's around the corner from retirement. And he's a good dude, man. We've had so many conversations actually about that. And I think that he's trying to have, I don't think he's trying to have a storybook ending for boxing, but he's trying to have his storybook ending, which I think will entail fighting back home. It would entail maybe one more big fight or something like that. I think you can see, and we'll spell just another second on this, but you can see in the ring that Hank wants to win. You can see that Hank is still wants to compete. But I think the thing that's lacking for Hank is, how do I hit this dude the way I used to hit people? How do I get this dude out of here the way I used to get people out of here? And I think that that's gone from him now. And I think that he's kind of in that gray area now, where he still wants to fight, but he knows that everything's not clicking the way he wants it to. And I'm not sure that anyone else can get him there. At one point I did, and my dad talked to him, but I really wanted my dad to train him. I wanted my dad to go to the ring with him and kind of push him in some ways that a lot of other
months.
Yeah.
For what was it, Broner or Thurman?
No, I think we've done like 3 or 4 camps together.
Yeah, he's definitely out here for Broner.
Hank is the dude. Hank is the guy that once we get back training, my dad's like, I'm bringing Hank, because I know Hank's gonna push you. He ain't gonna overdo nothing, but he's gonna get you exactly where you need to go before you go to DC, or before we bring other guys in here that are gonna challenge you even more than he can, So, I mean, Hank and I have had some great times in the ring, and I'm not trying to, dispel him and move him into retirement right now, but I'm just saying that I think that he, for the sake of words, he's definitely on his last leg, and a great last leg to be on, because he's still athletic. He's had a tremendous career, Mr. ESPN at one point in time, and it's funny because when I watch him the other day, I'm just like, damn, man, this used to be your network. You know what I mean? Like, I was all over it the other night. I was screaming and everything, so screaming out of frustration too, just so y'all know. I thought that I think that I gave him like 4 rounds, I think, out of the entire fight, maybe 3, maybe 4 rounds out of the fight. I think 3 rounds out of the fight, but I was screaming the whole way, mostly out of frustration.
Yeah, that's the man.
He's still got enough to go back home to Philly and beat a quality top 20 dude and hang his hat on a good performance on that. He's still got enough if that's what he's looking to do.
I really do think that, because we talked about this the last time he was on. He's always been a talker. He's always had that Philly flash, and he's always had that Philly kind of but that Philly swag, excuse me. And I think that swag would translate for him on TV. I would love to see him do some TV, but I do think that he's got to polish some areas. He won't know it, and they'll put him into it, and hopefully he gets an opportunity for someone to say, hey, try this, try that. I think if he changes a few different things and works on a few different things, I think he could have a very good broadcasting career. Because what he gonna do? He gonna keep it real. You gonna have fun listening to him.
Yeah.
And he gonna say some outrageous stuff that you like, yo, this dude is crazy, but I think he's right. You know what I mean? So I would love to see him get into some commentating and some TV.
That's my man, 50 grand. So
yeah. What did he do? He did not Rocky. Creed, right? He did the first Creed.
Yeah. Oh, that was the best. Yeah, he's in the background. Yeah, there was like a heavy bag swinging, and you catch like a glimpse of him for a second.
Yeah.
But he holds it down always.
Shout out to Hank Lundy.
Absolutely. Like I said,
for Zepeda though, problem for him last night. And back to the scorecards, I wasn't particularly scoring because the fight was really dull.
Yeah.
The worst time to have a dull fight is right before the main event when everyone was dying to see it.
But, and after you had a fight of the year in 2020, it had 75 knockdowns.
Well, that he failed to capitalize off that momentum, because he, at the end of the night, he's really competing with Terrence Crawford and Teofimo Lopez as who do you want to see tonight's main event fight next? That's what Top Rank's putting them in the co-main for. This is an audition for people to want to see it. Thankfully, in a way, because his audition wasn't good, but Ramirez lost, and Ramirez is going to need a quality guy in the near future to get himself back in the top swing of things. Mm-hmm. I think Top Rank will be happy to rematch him and Zepeda, despite Zepeda not setting the world on fire. So for Zepeda, he may have been a little fortunate, actually, that Ramirez lost, because if Ramirez won, I don't think, people are dying for that rematch. Everything turns into Ramirez against Teofimo or something like that. So, but we'll see. He might get a rematch with Ramirez. And, Steve Kim was next to me last night, and he said he's a hot, cold fighter.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. Maybe he's
seen that before.
Yeah, that moving.
Steve Kim said that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard that terminology in a minute.
Yeah, they mentioned that on the broadcast a little bit as well, that he'll have like a highlight-filled, really exciting performance, and then kind of seems to have a little bit of a lull in the next fight. So that makes sense. I can't
think of the last time I've seen that kind of fighter. Don't tell me you didn't enjoy what you saw, because I know you did. What you need to do now, hit that subscribe button, hit the like, hit that notification button. Check us out every week, every Tuesday, something new for you right here on the Porter Way Podcast.